So it looks like, having seen this, we can say these are all division of like fractions. Can you notice that? What are like fractions? Remind me again. Exactly. So now let's try our hands on using the same concept on division of unlike fractions. Division of unlike fractions. So this as a principle we work on this. If we have, let me get my two questions right. 3/5 divided by 1/2. And the next one is going to be 4/5 divided by 2/3. Now, like all other fractions, we know that if we have to operate on fractions with different denominators or find that are unlike, we'd have to make them to become what kind of fractions? Like fractions. In other words, how do I make these two like fractions? Exactly. So that means that we know that they all arrive at a denominator of what? 5 and 2? 10. So we'd have something like this, 10, right? So that would mean 5 times 4 give us 10. So 5 times 2 give us 10. The same thing upwards, times 5 times 5. So this would be 3 times 2, 6, right?
Yes.
And then 1 times 5, 5. So actually, so 6/10, 5/10. Now we can now, since we have gotten a like fraction, we can now move to our previous concept with like fractions. How will we write this question in words? How many? Exactly. How many 10s can we find in 10? So that would be something like this. So how many 10s can we find in 6? So 6 10s. 10. So 10. So that's going to be something like, can we draw now? Yeah. So we can have something like this. So 1, okay, let me get a 5 mark. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then fifth 10 is also going to have a similar pattern like this. So we have this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think it's kind of bigger. Okay, it's not drawn to scale. So how many 6 10? So let me shade this part first. So let's go 1,
2, 3,
4,
5,
6. So 6 10.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, then fifth 10 is going to be 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can take off this now. Right? Good. Now looking at this, pay attention well. How many of this can fit into this? Watch carefully. This is now seen as one entity. One of this whole block is now seen as one. So how many of this can you find here? Fred? No. If you put 4, look at you put 4 of this. You fill here, fill here. Can you see that? Just one. Do you get that? This whole thing is seen as just one entity. All right. So that would mean that 1 is going to fit here. So it means that 1 is going to take from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is going to fill from the whole. This one of this is going to fill from here to here, right? But there will be one left. What do we do to this to be able to fill this part? If you divide into 2, You are going to get more than this space. You just need to fill this little space. Exactly, you take 1 out of 5. It looks like you're going to take something like this. Here's this part. Can you see that? This small part can now transfer to this column. Do you get that? So what fraction is this part that I've shared with red? That's 1 out of what? 1 out of 5. So I'll need 1 and then 1 out of 5. Yes, but this 5 is seen as one big entity now. We have now put it together, it's seen as 1. Do you get that? It's just like taking 10 pesos, 10, and taking 1 CD. So that whole is actually 10, but it's now seen as just 1. So you have put it together to be seen as 1. Alright, so this also another beautiful part. Let's try this second one. So I would need your cooperation on that a lot. Okay. So let's see, 4/3. By the way, how would we write this in words? That would be what? How many? 4 feet. But it looks like since they are not like fractions, it will be difficult putting them together. So what do we do? Yeah, so we change to like fraction by finding their LCM. And what's the LCM of 5 and 3? 15, correct? So we would have something like this, 15, and then 15, right? Yes. Division sign here. But what did we do to 5 to get 15? All right, multiply by 3. And then we multiply this one too by 3. So what do we have at the top here? 12. What do we do to 3 to get 15? And the top 2 by 5, right? So we'd have 2 times 5, 10. Is that okay? All right, so now how do we now read this now? How many? 15. How many 10, 15 can we find in 12? 15. So now we now have to draw our box and let's see how it goes. So I'll draw something slimmer this time around so that I can get enough space. So let me do it into 3 chunks. So I'll need how many? I think 5 in each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not slim, not so beautiful though. Then this part, how many? 5? Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this last part, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we have 12, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then we have 10, 15. We know how many 10, 15s can we put here? So we'll have something like this. Sorry. My throat hurts. Sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we need 10. 10 to get a 10, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure I don't do more than enough. So 8, 9, 10. Now, so this whole block is now seen as, this whole thing is now seen as 1, right? Yes. How many of all of this do we have to fix here? 1, right? So 1, because obviously it looks like 2 will be too much. So we'd have 1. So the 1 is going to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you didn't take it off from here to here. Am I right?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have 2 more left, right? So that will mean that how many of this can we, what fraction should we take from this now to fix over here? 2 out of
10.
really? 2 out of 2 out of 10. Okay. Out of 10. Is that okay?
Yes.
In other words, yes, you're right. So 2 out of 10. Or in a simplified form, 1 out of maybe 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.